Hey guys, Pyker here, and welcome back to another episode of Kethane Space Program. We are picking up where we left off, kind of, from last episode, which we're gonna try to dock our life support module to our space station. So that's where we're going. We're going for it. We're doing it. We may or may not succeed, but we're going for it. All right, so let's line up everything, get her all nice and purty as such, and let's scoot on over to where we need to be. So in this episode, guys, we're gonna complete the construction of our actual, I think, awesome space station. It's the first space station I think I've ever designed like this. But we're gonna complete construction of our space station, then we're gonna build and possibly, I haven't really decided yet. I know we're on the episode, but I honestly have not decided on exactly how I want to build the Apollo style rocket mission, or the Apollo style mission to Minmus. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do it in like 2 or 3 parts. Like we're going to have a command pod, and then we're going to have the lander, and then possibly um, a push section, or in other words, a rocket section that we take up to connect to it to get it to and from Minmus. So that's probably what we're going to do. Is we're probably going to design that this episode, possibly launch a couple parts of it, and then hopefully get to Minmus in the next episode. But I think this episode is pretty much we're going to be building and launching parts of our Apollo style mission to get to Minmus. That's the plan, anyways. But as I think about exactly how the hell I'm going to do that, let's get this life support module docked and ready to go. We used a lot of RCS fuel, man. Didn't use hardly any of this stage. I actually got rid of that other stage before it was empty. I didn't need all of it. Those KSP SRBs are the S. Well, they're shit. They're awesome. I love them. They did everything I wanted them to do, and then some. So I am definitely going to be sticking with those here, coming up for our future missions. Let's slow down here. We are coming in kind of quickly here. I like to slowly dock. I don't like bumping into these things at Mach 8. Do little adjustments just so we don't hit any solar panels. And connected. All right. I don't care what anybody says. That's a pretty cool looking space station. So let's let's fill up our, let's fill it up because we have an extra tank of fuel here now. So let's fill up any tank that might be low on fuel. Make sure that we are completely full up to the brim on fuel on our space station. I mean, it's not a ton of fuel, but it's enough. So, all right, cool. So let's decouple that guy because we don't need her anymore. And let's fast forward so it gets the hell away from us. Might get away from us very slowly, but I want to get away from it and get a sweet screenshot of this space station. I mean, come on, it looks way cooler than our last one. I mean, honestly, it does. Okay, can't argue with me on that because I think it looks way better than any other space station we've ever built. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Ooh, we can even get the moon in there. Can we get the sun in there too? No, no, we can't. Let's block that little section of debris with with the solar panels. Oh, wrong button. There we go. All right, cool. So let's jump down to the VAB and start construction on our Apollo style mission. I think essentially the command pod is going to be this science module. Like I think that would be this thing would be perfect for command pod. I mean, it's got it's got everything we need on it. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Is we're just gonna launch another one of these guys. We might take off some of these solar panels because I don't think we really need that many. We might put like 4 on it, but I don't think we need 8. So we'll put, yeah, that's what we're doing because it's a pretty damn good design. I mean, I can't argue with it. So yeah, we're gonna launch this guy again. So I will see you guys on the launch pad in a second. All right, guys, we're on the launch pad with a little changes to our basically our core to our space station. I added a life support section. I took off most of the solar panels and just put two on. I put two Communitrons, Communitron 88s, I think they're called. Yeah, 8888. And I put two accelerometers, one barometer, one temperature gauge. So in case we want to, we can put some more on our lander that we need to construct yet. But we're going to go ahead and just launch this guy and get it into an orbit. So when we do build our lander and we do build our thruster pack, I guess if you want to call it that, for this mission, we'll be able to just easily dock it. So we're going to get this thing into a pretty circular orbit and go from there. So let's throttle up, even though we don't use our main engine right off the bat, but we'll let our SRBs do the majority of the work, which, as you guys can see, I'm using the KSP Vanilla new 23.5 SRBs, which are amazing. I love these things. If you don't use them, I suggest you do whenever you build or whenever you start building bigger rockets. All right, let's get to it. Let's get up there. Let's do it. Everything's looking pretty good. Everything's stable. I am a happy camper now. I'm gonna change this. Oh, not button order. Position and size. Position and size. I'm gonna change it so it's in one line. I don't like the big block of buttons. Still got plenty of fuel for our SRBs. I love the fact that these SRBs now get us out of the first layer of the atmosphere. It makes it so much nicer. Well, they get us out of the first layer of the atmosphere and then some. That's essentially what they do. Hopefully. Don't break anything, don't break anything. Don't break anything! Okay. I saw explosions, but I don't know if it actually did anything to us. I think we're okay. Oh, I turned over too soon. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're losing all our velocity now. We're still going up, which is good, but we're losing all the velocity we just had. Oh, straighten out. RCS. RCS. Help me. Thank you. Jeez, what was that all about? All I know is that we just lost a lot of velocity for no reason whatsoever. I think it was going to tumble out of control. Jeez. Take it easy. A little on the excessive side, don't you think? I think we'll put this up into like 100-kilometer orbit just to make it easy to rendezvous with it. That's what we're going to shoot for anyways. I think we'll have enough fuel. I hope anyways. Decouple or not decouple? Not decouple. Disable. Disable crossfeed. I don't want them burning. Oh, it already burned the fuel. Screw that. We're taking that fuel back. Give a shit. I want fuel in this thing. In case we need it. I want it. I mean, it's taking a lot of fuel, but to hell with it. We're taking that fuel back. We're not going, you know, very far. And it looks like we have plenty of fuel to get into orbit. Alright. Cool. Full again. I hate when I forget to do that. Come on, burn, baby, burn. Another kilometer a second to get up to orbital velocity here. It's taking its sweet ass time. We may or may not get into orbit. I love how, like, I'll launch rockets and be like, it should be fine, and then I'll get actually up to into space and I'll be like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I feel kind of stupid if we don't. Oh, damn it. Log seismic data. Log pressure data? Damn. Log temperature. Recovery for science. 4 science ain't gonna do us very much good. I mean, we're getting close to orbital velocity. We only got about 400 meters per second to go, but we're also at our apoapse, so we're going to start falling back down here shortly. Well, we're starting to fall back down right now. Only got about 100 meters per second to go. So I'm feeling confident now that we can actually get into orbit and get situated in orbit as well. Almost there. Come on, 2200. 2200 might be yeah, that's the magic number. 80. Okay, where are we at? I'm just gonna slowly burn and get our apoapse to 100 kilometers. And good enough. All right, we are in orbit. Awesome. Let's get situated and get it circularized, because I like a nice circular orbit. We still have fuel left in this tank. I think we're gonna keep it attached until we get our pusher stage up here, which I think will be the last stage that we launch. We have to build a lander yet. I have yet to even think about how I wanted to design the lander, because I don't know if the lander that we already have, that I have designed, will work for with Ferrum. I haven't launched it with Ferrum yet, and it just sits on top of a rocket, so, you know, it may or may not work. I don't know. I guess we can find out. Just gonna situate so I can get my periapse up to 100 as well. So we're gonna just burn straight up, and hopefully that'll do the trick. Oh, overshooting. What are we doing here? All right. What's going on here? I mean, it's pretty close. Good enough for me. That's good enough for me, guys. Call it good. All right, well, let's, I'm going to shoot back down to the VAB, and we're going to do a test launch on our current, lander that we already have designed that's already on the moon. So, I will see you guys on the launch pad. All right, guys, we're on the launch pad, and I am not going to lie to you, I'm kind of nervous. The only changes I made were I took and put the low profile engine on the bottom of the shuttle, and I added 2 accelerometers and 2 barometers. That's the only changes I've made to this thing. So I hope it. I mean, I'm almost positive it'll make it into orbit, but I'm worried that it'll be aerodynamically unstable and bad things will happen. And I don't want bad things to happen. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. All right, well, we're going to launch it. We got Desley, Dilfert, and Danfrid all on our mission to Minmus. Good luck, gentlemen. Dilfert, you are a gentleman and a scholar, just so you know. Anyways, let's launch this thing. Let's get this puppy going. And hopefully it won't be too aerodynamically unstable to handle getting into orbit. I'm really worried about it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. I don't want to go so fast. Like, that's why I have my engines throttled to a certain point, and that's where they're gonna stay, because I don't want to exceed the stability of this rocket. Because I don't know how. I mean, it looks pretty good right now, but it might not be good in a second. All right. Get rid of those. Don't hit me. Oh, thank you. Oh God, look at those things just tumble out of. Oh, they're gonna collide. We're still good. We're looking good. I don't want to tip over until we're out of the atmosphere, because that makes me nervous. And again, I could have waited until our command pod was around so we could catch up with it, but I was not thinking, apparently. Alright, so we're gonna try to tip over here, and this thing is super top heavy, so I'm really nervous about tipping this thing over very far. But I want to start getting horizontal velocity here. I think we're gonna let our command pod catch up with us, because we have a lot of thrust on this rocket. I'm stoked. We're in space. Like, we're out of the detrimental part of the atmosphere where it will really affect us, which is awesome. But this thing is pulling to one direction for some reason. I don't know why. But we are freaking looking awesome. We might not even need a pusher stage. Have we even used any? No, we still have a full tank of fuel in the middle, like this huge thing of fuel left. We might just, I don't think we need a pusher stage. I don't think we do. At least it doesn't look like we do. If we can get into orbit and rendezvous without wasting a lot of fuel, we might not even, we probably don't even need a pusher stage. Which I am 100% fine with. That doesn't make me sad at all. Alright. Get rid of those guys. Cut that engine. Just want to get it away from there for a second. We're going to fast forward up to our apoapse and hopefully burn it and get into orbit here. At least that's the plan. We should be fine, but this is a lot of weight on top of this rocket. But hell, I mean, if we don't use a lot of fuel, we might just either one, still build a pusher stage, or two, fly a refueler up here and just refuel this tank and say screw it, just take this tank as our pusher stage. Because I'm not sure whether or not I want to keep I want to like land. I don't know if I want to just make two landings on Minmus, or if I want to make multiple landings on Minmus, like we did on the moon. I might just do two and then fly home, or I might leave this stuff out there and then fly a pod out to pick up all the science and come back with all the science, because I don't think we have anywhere to store it on our command pod, which I didn't really think about that, but it'll be fine. Actually, no, we can store it on the lander. We don't have to store it on the command pod. Never mind. But depends on how much fuel. I mean, we're going to Minmus, so it shouldn't take much fuel to do anything on that planet, or moon. So should be pretty damn easy to do, to do what I want to do over there without, it being too difficult. I just want to get high enough that our command pod will catch up with us. And we still have a half a tank of fuel, roughly. I don't know if this will be enough to actually get to Minmus, though. And I don't want to burn fuel from my lander, like at all. I don't want to burn any of that fuel. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what we should do. I don't know if we should still make a pusher stage or not. Really? Huh. All right, how about this? You guys let me know in the comments whether we should build a pusher stage or just refuel this rocket. If we refuel this rocket, I'll have to, put together a little maintenance pod thing to come up and hook up with it, refuel it, and then, go about our business. Or I can build a pusher stage that'll be a little bit more efficient, that will definitely get us out to Minmus and definitely get everything home as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'm going to go ahead and call it for this episode, if you guys couldn't tell by my speech pattern. So next episode, we're going to rendezvous with our command pod, and we are going to wait and see what you guys think about what we should do with the pusher stage or refueling this rocket. And yeah, go ahead and there's a timer going off. Yeah, go ahead and leave those comments down in the comment section, and I will be sure to take them into consideration. Hit that like button if you like this video; it helps out a lot. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode of Kethane Space Program. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.